I don't know what's up all these effects and so support the boss lady, man. Support the boss lady. Support all your queens. I want to give a shout to all the queens out there, all the princesses, the queens, the boss ladies, man. Y'all stay blessed, man. Support your ladies out there, man. Respect. One love.
Don't say something super for yourself. They think you stupid.
Tell me when.
All right, here we go. So we're going to 9 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be yours. Got you? Yeah, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Say 1, 2,
Can
1,
you
2.
hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2. All right.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. That was a great new song from SZA and Travis Scott called Love Galore. Did you like that song, Fabrice?
Yes, indeed. I actually loved it. I never heard it before, so
There you go.
I got introduced to the song today.
A new time is something, is always time for something new, right?
Well, I'm a song lover myself, so when I hear new tracks, new flavors, I gotta embrace it, So
Yes, yes.
this new track is pretty awesome.
That's cool. Well, you guys, welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk Life with Leticia Latrice, the Princess of Phoenix. We're here at RadioPhoenix.org, where we're bringing the world to Phoenix and Phoenix to the world. Today, I have a very special guest. He's actually another host here at Radio Phoenix, Mr. Klean B. He has his show every Saturday, the
Yaggah.
Movement
Yaggah.
Radio.
Yaggah. Everybody out there, what it do? It's the Yaggah man, Mr. Klean B, a.k.a. the Yaggah man, a.k.a. Victor Sweet.
Who is Victor Sweet?
Well, I ain't going to answer that. That's another segment we're going to jump on it.
That's your alias?
That's the alias.
Like
That's a 30 years.
Kid?
AKA, my new name now is Uncle Mr. Klean B.
What is going on?
Because my birthday was, the other day.
Oh, now you're
So
uncle.
now I am Uncle Klean B. So you can, new name, Uncle Klean B. I'm going to broadcast that up on the Yaggah Movement
You
Radio.
act like you're 50 years old. You didn't turn 50, did you?
No.
And you're nobody's uncle.
But it's when you're around your peers and you seems like, it's like Kobe Bryant when Kobe was playing. He was like 34, 35, playing with a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds.
That's true.
So they're thinking, look at this old guy, man. Look at this old guy. Uncle Kobe. Uncle Kobe. Oh, Lord.
Okay.
So I'm, now my name is Uncle Mr. Klean B. But you already know Mr. Klean B.
Hello, Mr. Klean B. Thank you so much for coming to the Let's Talk Live show. Appreciate it. He's actually going to be producing my show today because he's the very experienced producer here at Radio Phoenix. So, anywho, today we're going to discuss some politics and immigration and people just coming to America, people coming to Phoenix specifically, and we're going to start out by sipping a little tea. And the tea that we have today is that Donald Trump was here yesterday in Phoenix, Arizona for a rally that happened downtown at the convention center. And over the past couple of weeks, there's been a lot of tension and issues with protests and things of that nature. So we were just praying for peace, praying for everything to go smoothly, and it did not. No, it did not.
Oh, well, God bless America, man.
Bless America. And the thing about it is that the people are coming out to exercise the Fifth Amendment, their right to, freedom of speech and protest against things they don't believe in. Why do their lives have to be in danger? Why do you have to feel like, it's going to be unsafe? What actually happened is the building we're located in, the Phoenix Center of the Arts and Radio Phoenix, decided to close our offices yesterday just to keep all of our volunteers and everybody out of harm's way because we're just a couple blocks down from the convention center. And so, that's ridiculous. Why do businesses even have to shut down just because of protests and things like that, especially when the president of our country is in town? It's just strange.
I think it is unfair, for businesses to be closed. I think it is unfair for the government to come and oppose their will to the people. And not only that, because we're living in a situation right now where basically, we have a president who's bringing out a sort of group that people are, they know who they are. By now they are coming out, out of the spotlight now. They feel like this president is behind them, and the propaganda, the agenda it's not what America is, is about, moving forward right now. We are, like I was having a conversation, we're having, changes in America. I mean, we're having great changes. The one thing that we need to do is, we need to have our leaders, not to oppress or interfere in folks' livelihood. Like, the president, basically because of him being here, and the whole company's got to shut down because they fear that there is another, another group of folks who may be violent, who are going to present themselves out here, and people, fear that. To me, that's not the America that I know, because there are laws and regulations. Whether these folks got their permit, but come on, man. I mean, you gotta just, have some freedom.
Yeah, well, that's what freedom and, being in America and being able to have freedom of speech and everything is supposed to be about, is not having violent, negative repercussions for
Right.
speaking your mind, for saying how you feel, for standing up for what you believe in, So I do think it's unfair for businesses to have to shut down and for people to feel unsafe just because a certain type of event attached to the president is happening. So, here at the Let's Talk Life show, we promote positivity and peace, safety, freedom of speech. Everyone is created equal, so that's what it's about. So today, we're going to be discussing, the process that it takes for a person to come from outside of another country and come to the land of the free. God
Yeah.
bless America.
God
right?
bless America. Yes.
He could have spared us that tune. That's
Oh, shimmy, y'all. Hey, man, I gotta say this, man. God bless America.
God
All
bless
right.
America.
I don't care what folks are talking about America outside of, outside the United States. I know that some folks are, they probably have some sort of mockery because of the president, but last time I checked, around the world still want to be in the United States. So even North Koreans still want to be in America. Oh yeah, I mean,
well,
it's
at the end of the day, I just feel like America, we do have a large advantage, and we're not a third world country. We're not dictated by the government. We have freedom of speech. Women have rights.
right.
And things of this nature that a lot of other countries don't have. And I just want to get your perspective from, coming to America. What are the privileges and the things that we're enjoying that you can't get in another country that makes people want to get here so bad? Just like natural things like, hey, running water, you're not sold to the sex or drug trade. You can. Women don't have to wear, like they can wear skirts. You can, have your face showing. Things like this. There's countries where women get stoned for showing their face. For showing their legs.
Yes, I mean, but that's the thing about it. Everybody's different. I mean, everybody's lives are different. Everyone's regions are different. Everybody, our mindset is different. What's really fascinating, in the United States, from my experience, is the simple fact that, Americans, the citizen of the United States, have a greater opportunity. Whether they're black, whether they're white, whether they're Latino, you are born here, you have a greater opportunity to exceed into what America, is calling the dream, calling, success, calling, building, the infrastructure, building the empire. Americans, and, only a few knows their rights, they know their liberty, they know the opportunity. Only a few, because we still have a lot of folks who, because the only thing I can say is the comfortability is where, kind of fall back on people a lot. I feel like when people tell me, the Americans have everything, and they don't do anything. I'm like, no, they're not lazy, man. They're just too comfortable. It's like being in a marriage, man. You're in a marriage. You know what I'm saying? You got your wife, You know, and you know, what you gonna do? Okay, baby, I know how you look like. I know who you are. Girl, I see you yesterday. Yeah, you look splendid. Now let me go back to sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Take
Go
it
back to
for
sleep,
granted.
you know, for days and days, and we take it for granted, and we don't wake up. And you know, a lot of time, you know, by the time we wake up, it's either too late, or it's like we are too old.
That's right.
And you know, and that's the thing that fascinates me about the United States. You know, but as far as you know, the opportunity for coming here, it's always going to be hard for anyone outside the United States to enter the United States. You know, including myself. I can tell you myself, when I first came to America in August 19th, 1994, I know I came under, you know, because of the status when you come. You know, you can come as a diplomat, you can come as a, you know, student, you know, you can come as a visa, you know, they have, and then you also can come as a refugee. You know, and also they have the fifth one is optional, which is one of those green card lottery that they play outside America that people don't know. A lot of times people comes out here and they say, oh, I got my, you know, my residential card from a lottery. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, when you come here, you have to go through a process, a vetting process. You know, and the process is basically, you know, they have to check who you are. Since I was young, and we're talking about the 90s, and nobody didn't worry about terrorism and so forth. And that, you know, and that light, you know, so it was still hard. I mean, it was easy, but it was still hard because of the venting and the process. It took me, you know, I heard some folks when they come to the United States, you know, the next day they get their Social Security. It took me 3 days to get my social.
Oh.
You know.
I thought it would have took a couple months. That's not so bad.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like when you come in, if you come in this
Which way did you come in?
Oh, I came through JFK.
No, not through the airport. You come through a visa.
Oh, through a visa? Oh, okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Student.
No, I came through diplomatic passport. My dad worked for the embassy of the Ivory Coast in the United States.
Oh.
And that's why we went to Chocolate City. Shout out to DC, yo.
You
Love
went
you, Maryland.
Straight to DC when you got here.
Yeah, when I came to the United States, the first destination was Maryland, Washington, DC.
DC, okay.
And I can tell you, you know, I was in school, you know, because I was under my dad's supervision, you know, the worries, you know, and plus I was young too, so it was different.
Were you under 18?
Yeah, I was under 18.
Okay, so that's a little different when you come in under 18.
Yes.
Okay.
It was very different. That's what I'm saying. When you come under 18 then versus when you come older,
Right.
you know, the immigration process is different because when you're older, they look at you like, okay, this kid is a little bit older. We have to look at him because now we know he's screening background.
They do like background checks from another country.
Oh yes, they do. Even for medical too. You know, the medical, and you have to spend money.
How much money is it?
We're talking about, you know, immigration too. We can go over like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Dang!
Get yourself a lawyer. Might go a little bit above, but it will be the process will be faster.
That sounds good.
You know,
so these are actually some tips too to people who maybe are trying to migrate to the country. You know, regardless of how many people are made to feel like they're not welcome in America, the opportunity is available, and it's supposed to be open to people.
Open.
God bless America.
America bless.
So we're gonna get into it more in the next segment of Let's Talk Life with Leticia Latrice. We're here at RadioPhoenix.org. We'll be back after this commercial.
All right.
Can you press pause on that?
Pause right there. The little thing
Yeah,
right here.
right there. That. This is good.
Good.
This is good.
Right on.
Right on.
Go back
And then
again.
just tell me when we come in.
And
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this segment of Let's Talk Life with Leticia Latrice. We'd just like you to know that you can join Radio Phoenix, Roosevelt Road, and Stir It Up Records on Friday, September 1st for the monthly First Friday Art Walk, now expanded to Moreland Street in downtown Phoenix. First Fridays features art vendors, food trucks, and live local bands between 7 to 10 p.m. Radio Phoenix will also broadcast live from Moreland Street, so come on down and visit us. More information available at the Roosevelt Road website. So you guys, we're going to be taping live here at First Fridays this next Friday, September the 1st. So we love to see everybody come support Radio Phoenix. And also, I want to let you guys know I'm going to be having an event Also, my brand Socialite Life is for all socialite lights here in Phoenix, where professionals come to network and enjoy life. We're going to be at Evans on Van Buren. It's a soul food restaurant for a happy hour and a party from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. And it's located on 17th Avenue in Van Buren. Basically, it is called Sophisticated Friday. So we just want to see you guys September 8th, Friday. And now we're back here at Let's Talk Life with Leticia Latrice, and I have Mr. Klean B of the Yaggah Radio Cast here. Thanks for coming on the show, Yaggah.
Yaggah. Yes, indeed. You already know.
And we were just getting into, some issues about immigration and just the process that it takes, everything that people have to go through. And you had hit on something earlier, which I think is so important, is the fact that people born here in America sometimes take it for granted, the fact that you just have a birth certificate, you were already born on American land, and some people are paying thousands, $5,000-$10,000 to even make it to America.
Immigration costs a lot of money, y'all.
It sounds insane.
Immigration costs a lot of money.
And you just woke up and were born here. You know what I'm saying? So people really need to stop taking their American citizenship for granted. That's my personal beef with Americans, is that they're too privileged and not really appreciative of the freedoms that were just automatically given to them.
Yeah.
Other people have to fight and scratch, to get here, and spend their blood, sweat, and tears to make it here, to move their family here. So I just wish that people would stop taking our American citizenship for granted.
Well, I would look at it as more like a systematic type of status quo. Yes, the privilege in America is pretty vast, and some folks are not grasping on it. But at the same time, we have to, from what I know is the history of how America was built, from some sort of systematic oppression, because let's just look at it. From immigration to the people itself, there's a system out here that will like separate people. Like for instance, I have a lot of African American friends, and I usually tell them once you visit Africa, and most of the time, 98% of the time, they will tell me what they hear on TV. Or whatever they see in National Geographic, or if they want to go to Africa, they want to go to the jungle and stuff, safari. I'm like, are you Jean-Jacques Lebleu or something? You want to go to safari?
Man, why don't you just want to go to the mall?
We got malls in Africa.
Malls? You guys got Walmart out there?
Man, we got Walmarts out there. McDonald's is running the game.
What?
McDonald's.
This is ridiculous.
But what I'm saying is it's pretty advanced. But the thing is, when people don't know what's happening when it comes to immigration, to the system, to the privilege, and like I mentioned earlier, it's like some folks out here, some folks, when they have that privilege, so much privilege, there seems to be relaxed, too comfortable to the point where they let their days go by until either it's too late or they're too old.
Sure. Well, the thing that upsets me, and I'm also an educator, is the fact that a lot of Americans take their education for granted. Like, a lot of kids are dropping out of high school, they barely want to go, truancy, all these things. There's people that, like, I've taught at a school where there were refugees that, were sold into the drug and sex trade, against their will. They're snatched completely from their whole family, or their family paid for them to get to America to experience a better life. And they're 18 years old, don't even know their ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. And we have people born here that don't even go to school, take advantage of their education, and I just feel like, this is just ridiculous.
What do you think? Don't you think that's something that's a little bit I don't want to ask you a question. I know I'm the one who's going to ask the question.
I'm asking the question.
But you have to.
Question.
You have to think about it though.
This is a conversation.
To me, because when I was in high school, like everything you say is so on point. I have to go through all those elements, all those those status quo in order for me to have a high school diploma and trying to learn society, blah 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 blah. The thing is, what I've noticed is that, especially when kids drop out of high school or something like this, to me, I'm thinking, what's the real reason, behind it? Is it because of the infrastructure of the family, the foundation? Is it because they just don't like to be in school, or is it because they're just rebellious? I mean, that's on, and plus you got MTV and all those Nickelodeon and all these people.
And that's the thing is, as a kid, if you're under 18, you really don't have any bills to pay all these things. What responsibilities do you have but to go to school?
To go to school.
That's really not a large responsibility.
And most immigrants, when they come out here, they have to come up, with their own money.
Mm-hmm.
Most immigrants that come out here, they pay for their school. I mean, yes, they get their platform for fast plan and everything, but everything comes with a cost.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay it back. I mean, but the thing is, most immigrants that come out here, they want to live the American life.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is not only that they don't have the citizenship, the citizen to do so, but also they don't have, the cultural, element to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see some folks that come out here, they can be here from 10 to 15 years and still, feel, hey, this is where I'm from. I will never lose my culture, because they don't want to be expanded to, American. They want to be exactly. They want to be American. They are fear to be Americanized. I've been told I'm Americanized.
You're Americanized.
I don't think so.
I think so. I'm just kidding. No, listen. I feel like people need to most definitely preserve their culture, but if you do want to kind of, mesh into society, there are some things you have to tweak or make adjustments for. And I just feel like, you're very Americanized. However, I know that you're very true to your culture, and I never to take that from you. I mean, you still speak all your languages. Well, you speak how many languages?
I speak French. I speak French.
Let's hear a little
Je
French.
parle français. Je vais dire salut à tous mes amis qui sont ici à Phoenix, Arizona. Je vais dire, je vais donner un big shout out à Radio Phoenix, d'accord.
That's right. But, if you were so Americanized, you wouldn't be still speaking French, you wouldn't still speak your language. So, whatever. It's not a big deal.
But I mean, as an immigrant, I believe in, integration. I believe in, learning other people's, cultural aspect. I'm not one of those folks, and I usually tell folks that out there that, in order for you to learn someone, you need to live with them. Not just live with them, but just follow them. Be adapt to what they do. It's like military. People go to the military, they don't even look like Captain America. But once they join the army, they're Captain America, or they're like superheroes.
Sure. In Rome, do as the Romans do. So did you feel like it was an adjustment to kind of learn the American ways and the American culture?
Absolutely. It was a culture shock.
Were people really stereotypical, or did they make it hard for you, or not to say racist against you, but you're not from America, and did you get a lot of
challenges, a lot of bullying.
Rejection, bullying.
I wasn't bullied. I mean, I was mocked. I was mocked. I was being labeled. Even right now I'm being labeled, but now it's a little bit confusing because folks don't know how to label me right now, because they're confusing from, is he African? Is he Jamaican? Is he from London? But I mean, back when I first came, I remember, it was basically, they wanted to they would tell me who I was, how to behave, I mean, you go from your peers from school to society to tell you how to behave. Come in amongst your peers to tell you how you have to behave over here, because this is not how you have to do. And what I've just learned is the folks who have told me how to behave certain ways, have never gone, to the light, or to the expansion that I've been through. I've been to where, I still have my culture, but I also have to, I also learn other peers to my journey in America, from east to west. I have to learn from, from all races, all culture, all ethnicity in America.
Do you speak Spanish too?
Yo hablo español poquito.
Un poquito.
Yo hablo español. Todo mi corazón, te quiero. Señoras and señoritas, te quiero mi corazón. Yaggah. That's the only Spanish I can say.
That's all you can say? Okay.
That's all I can stop there.
You've adapted pretty well if you started to speak Spanish. But anyway, we just like to Thank you so much, Mr. Clean B, for coming to the Let's Talk Life show and
Yes.
sharing your experience of immigrating to America here with us. We love all the immigrants that have come from other countries. Shoot, half of us, our parents, our ancestors were immigrants coming from a whole other country. So really, to tell somebody that they can't even come to this country does not make any sense. America was built by immigrants.
Mm-hmm. I believe so indeed. God bless America. I keep
And
saying
God
that.
bless America. And when I say God bless America, I mean that everybody here that is born and raised here, that comes here, has the same equal opportunity to create a life for themselves that they want. The success is here. Education is here. You just have to go get it. So the people that do live here, please don't take it for granted the privileges and opportunities that you've been born, your birthright that you've been given. And the people that do come, you know, just, hey, create the American dream for yourself.
And one thing before I let you go, I just want to say that for all the American citizens in America and all the immigrants living in America, you know, ours to come together.
Together,
You know,
unite.
Unite, compromise, because in the political form, you know, America needs immigrants out here who are paying taxes, because yes, they do pay taxes, you know, to come, you know, and help them with the infrastructure, so that way the illegality or, you know, like the drug, you know, like the drug trade, you know, the sex trade, all this stuff can be minimized. So then we know, okay, hey, you come out here, you know, you have the opportunity, you know what to do and what not to do, obey the law, and that's what America is about, because there's a constitution,
Right.
a constitution that, you know, that makes sure that everyone is protected, and that's the difference between America and the rest of the world. However, the folks that we elect into those places to, you know, to follow the Constitution, all the problems right now, as we spoke earlier with Donald Trump and all that stuff, which I'm not going to go about that, but I will hope that, you know, for all the Americans to understand, in order for, you know, in order to say that every immigrant is illegal, every immigrant is lazy, or we are criminals, or we're not doing anything, you know, come to understand the journey of immigrants, and come to understand that where do they come from, why are they here in the first place. You know, I mean, everybody, we all love America. America is a splendid place, and I believe that, you know, with that says, and with that combination coming together, I think America will be probably a super country, man.
Right, right.
Super, and then the Russias and then no disrespect in the Russia and China. I mean, America is already a superpower. It's gonna be even more superpower because of how, you know, folks now will look at America. People still look at America, but now want to look at America in a light where unity, harmony,
For sure.
is still, you know, we still have hope. Man.
Right. Well, I think united we stand, divided we fall. So everybody, please just get to know